feel free. Fresh celebrating. 3-piece for the win. I got 4 hours with a grenade. 3-piece for the win. 4 hours with a grenade.
Yeah, yeah. Bang, bang. Yeah, yeah. Bang, bang.
Yeah.
I'm from the arch. I treat my nemesis harsh. I spot a light across the yard. Boots be parched. No, you can't trap me with poopy. My pull-out game of garage. I surf for God. Got roll my life like a movie. I'm out here playing my part. Smizzy cigar. Right now I'm up with the loud. Puffing the puffy cigar. Country is
What is going on, world? Yeah, you know what it is. You know who it is. Live in the flesh. Live, ladies and gentlemen. This is your main man, your main host, to Benji. It is a phenomenal Sunday today. Very glad I'm able to come here with you all today. It feels great. And I got a big show for you all. I got a big topic, all right? It's something big. It's something big. Now, it's been a lot that has been going on. And of course, I need to first just update you all with how the weekend has been. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am somebody who is involved inside of this community. So I know it's something that when you get to share your experiences with the people want to know what you're doing. And also if they can get involved too. So this is something that better just know that if I'm involved in it, it's something that you can be involved in as well. One reason why I really wanted to start this show, because I felt like it wasn't a lot of trusted resources inside the creative community anymore. It seems as if a lot of us has basically just gave our, I feel like a lot of us is just kind of just giving up on that credible aspect in the artist community. I feel like a lot of people sold out. I'm going to be real. You know what I mean? And that's something that we could debate later on. But as far as for right now, those credible resources needs to be here. And I definitely pride myself in being that. You better know if I attend any event, if I attend anything, I'm going to give you the honest review, the honest feedback of it. So you know if it's something that you need to be involved in or if you don't need to be involved in, all right? Now, of course, I've built some negative feedback from that and also some positive feedback. But the reason being why I do it, I like to bring truthful and honest information to those who support me because that is what we deserve, right? That is what this community deserves. So without further ado, great Sunday. Today is Sunday, of course, and I'm feeling phenomenal. I hope you are feeling just as good as well. And today, the title for this episode is going to be called Peep Game. All right? You hear me? Peep Game. I want you all to be able to peep game. And something that brought me to wanting to discuss this topic was, you know, we everybody sees it. This is election season. All right. This is election season. People want to know who's going to be put in charge of the highest office in the land. You get what I'm saying? And anytime when we come across times such as this, artists and creatives are utilized in so many different ways that I don't think a lot of us realize. So this is a reason why I wanted to dedicate this show into not only empowering other artists and creatives, but informing other artists and creatives. I want you to be aware. I want you to know whether if this is something that you want to engage yourself in, engage your team in so you can get a cut of the pie, but also for you to know if you are getting particular requests and certain requests, I want you to know why you were getting requested, right? Now, the particulars and the details, that's always going to be left up to whomever is sending the request, right? But the overall reason I want all of us to be aware of, a lot of people know, but not a lot of people know the real, true underlying mechanics of it. So it's definitely going to be a packed show today. I got a special guest that's going to be joining. A dear friend of mine, dear friend of the program, but also somebody who can offer a very interesting bird's eye view perspective, a perspective that I know is not really shared too much on these mainstream platforms. Because, of course, when you got the truth, there's a lot of people that do not like the truth. And that is something that we're going to give to you all today. So very excited for that. They're going to be joining in about a few minutes. But before that, I would definitely want to just kind of break down this show. So overall, this weekend, what we kind of partaking in There was 2 events, right? The first event, you all kind of heard that on the last program. We attended the actual You Think experience with Cool Kid Productions. That was phenomenal. But something else that really took place, like I just brought up to you before with the election season. With this election season, there's going to be coming a lot of rallies, right? And a lot of different other events. And with that is also going to be coming a lot of these politicians, a lot of these staff members in these particular campaigns to be looking for you to pipe up their event. Now, for those who are a bit older and y'all don't know what pipe up means, it means turn up. It means to turn up, to pipe it up, right? To make it lit, right? To get more people involved, to get more people interested. Well, this is the time when they look out for creatives, different artists. Now, mind you, it doesn't matter which creative talent you are involved in to be involved in this, right? Whether you are a dancer, whether you are a painter, whether you are a rapper or a artist, all of these creative methods are involved in promoting a particular narrative, which doubles right back into the topic for this program. I want you all to peep game. Now, there is one example that I'm going to utilize before I transition into my interview. Just a week ago, not even too long ago, presidential candidate for the Democratic Party, Kamala Harris, had a rally out here in these Atlanta streets, right? Now, she had a rally out here in these Atlanta streets, and that involved a plethora of different people getting in tune, getting involved with this actual event. Now, what comes with getting involved in this event, there's something that you all noticed, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of you all had noticed, and that was the artist Meg Thee Stallion. She was actually booked. She was booked for this event. Now, major shouts out to Meg Thee Stallion. I think she makes phenomenal music. Choreography is amazing. And major shouts out to Beyonce because I believe she's signed underneath her label. For the listeners, y'all can fact check me on that. Definitely make sure you get that updated. But I believe she signed to her label, so choreography is going to be phenomenal. But one thing that I also saw was a spike in creatives, particularly. Like, let me be particular with that. A spike in creatives wanting to get more involved inside of this election and voting. Now, that is phenomenally well. I'm not here to tear anybody down. I'm not here to big anybody up. When it comes to that, whatever you want to be involved in, you are open to be involved in. But I at least want you to know what you're getting yourself into, right? Now, with Megan Thee Stallion being involved inside of this rally and artists and creatives seeing that, there's some people that saw, there's some people that saw, oh, this is entertaining. This is interesting. This is making me want to be involved. There's some people that saw, what? She was twerking, she was dancing? That's crazy. There's also some people that saw an opportunity. I was one of those individuals that saw an opportunity. Now, for those who've been involved with me for a good amount of time, you know, a few years back, I kind of spoke about this on the social media. I didn't make it big, but I hopped on the gram and I kind of spoke about it. I'm like, look, politicians and these individuals are going to start reaching out to artists in order to rib their base up. I stated that. I said that on record, right? Now, it didn't just start ASAP. It's something that's been going on for a minute. It didn't just start ASAP, but the damn show started spiking up now. When I tell you, when the news got around that the artist, Meg Thee Stallion, was going to be getting booked on the program, actually not booked on the program, but booked for the actual rally, and she did, that literally sent so much stuff each and everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I wanted us to make sure. I'm like, nah, I definitely got to have a show on this. Artists, creatives, you got to know the power that your narrative has. You got to be aware of it. In today's time, you have to be aware of it. You got to be aware of who you are influencing. Also, you got to be aware of who is listening to your influence and listening to the people that you are influencing. Because I promise you, one thing that they do not have is your influence, meaning they do not have your people. So this is something I feel like we all have to be equipped with, which is why I wanted to bring on this special guest, because I just feel like this guest that you all are going to hear is going to just break it down in a perspective that a lot of you all are going to be able to understand. Now, mind you, I said understand, not understand. I want you to understand it. Promise you, you have not heard this perspective online anywhere. I can guarantee that. But you best believe we're going to give you that here. So when I come back up on the next break, I'm going to be bringing our special guest. Make sure that we kind of break this down. So like I stated before, this title, the show that we're going to be on today, Peep Game, I want you all to peep game. And this is something that I need everybody tuned in. So share with a friend, share with a coworker, share with a family member, and also share with a loved one. But we'll be right back on Behind the Mic. You know what it is. This is your main host, 2 Benji, and you are live with Behind the Mic. We'll be right back. You are tuned in to the most informative radio show in the land for my creators. We'll be right back. Let's get it. Click. Welcome back. Welcome back. I am your host of Behind the Mic with 2 Benji, and we are back live on the airways, people. I'm glad to be here. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I hope y'all are feeling amazing, powerful, magical, as always. And like I stated before, if you just tuned in, I just let you know that we do got a special guest that's coming on the program. And I need everybody to make sure we give a warm welcome for this. So on the program today, you probably actually just heard his music coming on before we went live. Yes, this is a creative, an artist as well. You'll be able to tap in. I have his information for those who want to be able to indulge, get involved, and also search what the brother has going on out here in these streets. But let's go ahead and get to it, man. We give a warm welcome for I have on the air with me a true aspiring musician, artist, rapper, poet, hip hopper, native from Savannah, Georgia, and of course, 1/3 leader of Soul Tribe, the one and only Saleemthadream. Higher infinite power and healing our people as always. Great morning, great rising, my brother. How you feeling this rising?
Yo, what's happening, bro? What's happening?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for the time that you dedicated for the listeners or the people, man. We appreciate it. We know you are a busy brother. And I wanted to just go ahead and just dive. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I wanted to dive straight into it, man. Of course, we know each other well, but for those who may not be familiar with whom you are, could you just introduce yourself to the people and what they need to know about you before we dive into this important conversation?
Okay, peace to the gods and goddesses, the kings and queens, the melanated beings, and anybody else in between, anybody else that's tuned in right now. My name is Saleem. That's my my birth name, and my artist name is Saleemthadream. And yeah, man, I'm a real authentic individual that's standing on the business of melanated people, melanated beings. I'm all about my people. I'm all for my people. I love my people regardless of what, regardless of religion, beliefs, perspectives, all that. Like, I'm here for my people as a vessel, for story. So, I'm an artist, I'm a musician, I'm a rapper. I've been rapping now, we coming up on 10 years, but it's been 8 years, going on 9 years. I've been rapping since 2016. Experienced a lot, grew through a lot, been through a lot, seen a lot, had the pleasure of staying in Atlanta for a while, almost a year, back in 2017 to 2018. Had an honor of meeting 2 Benji and Tim with a Y in 2020. And since then it's just been phenomenal. It's been a movie. It's really been a movie. And the best way to put it, it's been a movie. But that's just a little bit about me, man. I'm in the real estate. I'm one of those guys. I'm a jack of all trades. Like, if I can use my hands and I can use my mind, I'm gonna utilize it. So, like, I'm in everything, bro.
That's dope, and I'm glad you brought that up, because I actually wanted to kind of dive in into a little bit. Not only is he creative, but he's also involved in real estate and successful at it. So that's just something that speaks to everybody who's listening. Don't think you got to cement yourself to one thing. A lot of stuff that you learn from one practice could really be transferred into different practices. And this brother's literally a testament of it. I actually seen it head first, but you mean y'all can search him up. You can look for it yourself. Don't let me be everything that validated. This information is out there public. So once again, bro, I appreciate you for your time. And let's go ahead and dive into this conversation, brother. So before you got on, I was speaking to the people of controlling your narrative. I know this is a generic thing that's spoken about on a lot of programs, but one thing for sure, two things for certain, that I'm glad this program isn't bought out. This program isn't paid for by anybody. We put this up, and we are grateful to have the partners who we do have that allows us to get this media out to the people. So basically, for the listeners, we are not controlled. This is authentic, genuine conversation. And one thing that we were speaking about was controlling your narrative. Now, we all know we in election season, all right? Now, you got people that like it, you got people that don't like it, but regardless, that is the season that is being portrayed on us now. And I know one thing that you preach about heavy as a creative and artist is being in control of your narrative. So before we get too deep into it, I just want to first know, what is your stance on that? Like, is this something that you believe artists have control of, or do we believe that's in the hands of the media? And before we kind of get to the deeper stuff, I just want to know what your take is on that, and we can kind of get deep into the conversation.
Okay, on our narrative, right? Just as an artist and being able to control our narrative, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I feel every artist has that power to control the narrative when they first start. But due to social engineering, programming, what people see in their environments and what people hear in their environments, and also the industry today, the music industry today, we have that ability to control our narrative. But, you know, since probably the beginning of 2000, really, like, let's say 2000, just to be on the head, hip hop, the whole narrative of what hip hop was and originally was in the 80s and the 90s, you know, higher infinite power, healing our people. It was always a message through our music. It was always a reasoning. It was code speaking. It was a way for gods to speak to gods. It was a way for goddesses to speak to goddesses. It was a way for, you know, kings to make kings and queens to make queens. It was like that was the purpose of hip hop. But, you know, since, you know, the transitioning and the growth of it, it seems like growth, but really, you know, kind of like the intent of destruction of hip hop. The narrative, like the main narrative that's pushed on hip hop artists is, you know, being from the hood, struggling, selling drugs, robbing people, shooting people, killing people. Like that's like the main generic, you know, general narrative, that category that most people fall under. And then people, it could be people that may have a natural talent, that may know how to write, that may know how to rap, that may love writing, that may love rapping, or may like it. But usually it's not the case, bro. I can't even count. That's not even the case, like, what's going on in today's time with a lot of folks. So, you know, that's really the narrative. So a lot of labels looking at, you know, it's an agenda. So a lot of labels, they looking for artists to continue to push that agenda. So when you openly can get on the internet and you see artists talking about drill stuff, killing people, artists is literally not talking about nothing. There's no upliftment, there's no encouragement, there's no guidance. Then it's easier for labels to say, hey, he looks like somebody that doesn't know what he's doing. He may have talent, he may have some fire, he may have people supporting him, but he don't know what he's doing. We can use him. Like, you know, throw him a bag, throw him a good advance, throw him a little advance, however the case may be, sign him, get him up, tell him we'll do this, we'll do that, and we'll do this and we'll do that, give him a budget, and then we'll go from there. So that's how a lot of artists is in today's time, whether if it's on the underground scale or if it's on the main industry scale, you know, and they cool with it. A lot of artists is cool with it, especially when they get to a certain level. So, you know, to bring it back to the basis of the question, though, we do have that power to control our narrative. We supposed to. But it's like working a job. It's like, you know, being an independent contractor, being an entrepreneur. You self-employed, you know, you make the choices, you make the decision. You got to get up out of bed. You got to go hustle. You got to go create opportunities and search and seek out opportunities for yourself. But shit, once you got, you know, go work a job, now you got to oblige by these obligations that this corporation has already set, the system that's already set. So you coming to work for the system. It's like same thing as an artist. You coming to work for the label now. You're a worker now. As an artist, when you controlling your narrative, you independent. You start you building this from the ground up. It's just you, your dreams, your aspirations, and your ideas. But from there, once certain specific people see you, and they may see your goal, they may see your light. Their whole purpose is to use your light, to use your light to create like false light. They use your light and create a false light. That's why everybody wears jewelry.
That's interesting, bro. That's interesting. Now we said a lot there. We said a lot there and to unpack. And for those who listening, we are currently speaking to Saleemthadream. Saleemthadream, that is a creative artist and also business serial entrepreneur based out of Savannah, Georgia. Our topic today is taking back control of our narrative. Do we have control? And if we do, what are some ways to be able to do that? Now, if you heard what he was just discussing, I want to transition to this because I know we don't got you for too long. You spoke about independent contractor. Those are some real heavy business terms that a lot of people are not too familiar with. What are some ways how you was able to get to that perspective so a lot of creatives that just get into the game could start to look at it as a business versus just a passion? Because I think that's something that a lot of us fall victim to, which allows us to be able to get, controlled by these businesses, these companies, quote unquote, because they got what we need. So what are some ways that we could transition what we're doing to be able to look at it in that perspective so we can really start getting what we really deserve out here?
Right. Research, YouTube University, man. YouTube University books. And it can come off a little cliche, man, just do your research. But now, when it get real for real, like you said, the passion part, those labels, they look for the naiveness. They look for people they can feed off of. That's pure. That's really pure. Some people will say, "Oh, you just being naive," but it's really purity. And then they feed off those people's passion. So they see somebody have a real genuine passion for it. And then, if you somebody that's struggling and you just, man, you need some money, your family needs some money, whatever the case may be, you get signed, that's the way out, quote unquote. So you take that way out, but you're not even knowing what's in the fine print. You're not even knowing everything black and white, the paperwork. So going back to the independent contractor aspect and just having that perspective, that business aspect, it goes back to, do you want to, going back to Atlanta vibes, you can either be the person doing this or it's being done to you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't understand or understand that a lot of things is being done to us, we're really being taken advantage of in every angle. And, what's gotten me to that space of learning about the business part, the business side of just life, period, and then being able to apply it to music was, I learned early, a lot of things in life is like everything is one and the same. So even though we have these different categories to distinguish and discern what's the difference between this, what's the difference between that. Oh, you're a musician. Oh, you're a drummer. You're a lead singer. You're a producer. You're a videographer. We have these different things that plays a part to the picture, but it's all one and the same. So when you can learn something, if you have the ability to learn as a human being, if you have cognitive abilities, bro, you don't have cognitive dissonance, but you're cognizant, like you're attentive, you can pay attention, you can learn, you can soak up things, you can take that ability and take it to the next thing you're doing. Like you can go to the next thing. And the more you do that, you'll see like, dang, all is really the same. The rap world, just like the dope game. The dope game, just like the real estate world. The real estate, you see what I'm saying? So, to bring it back though, man, research, man, like really ask questions. Get on DuckDuckGo, not Google. Get on DuckDuckGo and type in a specific question and ask it. If you can't find it on DuckDuckGo, find it on Google. Like Google will help you find it. You know what I'm saying? Go on YouTube. It's plenty of people who have experiences. And my advice is to gain wisdom by learning from others' experiences. You don't have to go out there and experience everything just to gain the wisdom. Like, nah, you gotta understand some people not built for that. It's not meant for some people to do that.
Brother, that's heavy. One second. That's heavy that you just dropped out there, because not only what you're doing right now is empowering people to to not only know that they have the power within them, because it's just they can just research and get this information, but you are waking some people up from that spell that they're in. Now, before we let you go, two things. First, speak about you as a creative and balancing all these different endeavors that you are doing, because one thing for sure and two things for certain, people felt like, and kind of tying it back to what we was kind of speaking about before you came on, when the presidential candidate of the Democratic Party, Kamala Harris, booked Meg Thee Stallion, you got to know that sent a message to all creatives out here in the Atlanta area. Now they need to be getting involved. Now they need to be doing it. But as we are hearing, this is something that you don't got to wait for these people to kind of come to you for. You can start doing a lot of this stuff on your own. What is it somebody can do in the immediate realm, the immediate area, to kind of start that process? Because I fear, as a creative myself, that a lot of those images is going to strike people to just start giving up everything they got, giving up power, giving up their power, giving up their narrative, their creative control, and just giving it to everybody else. When we got the gold right here, like, I need y'all to listen, we have the gold. There's just a certain way to tap into it. Could you just talk about that a little bit before we get off? And then I want you to tell the people the best way they can support you, follow what you got going on, and stay involved so they can be able to support.
To answer your question, man, bro, I've gotten to this space of energy. It all goes back to this one. It goes back to not to be so. I just gotta just go down a rabbit hole with y'all for a second. It goes back to energy and time and space, man. And, the whole concept of 24 hours in the day, man. And, 8 hours, the first 8 hours of the day is usually when people go to work. Second 8 hours of the day is usually when people get off work, spend time with their family, home time. The third 8 hours of the day is usually when people are supposed to be sleeping. Man, that is an illusion, man. When I say, man, I've gotten to the space of, for years, I've been working out, taking care of myself physically, mentally. I not only went down a spiritual path and got on my spiritual journey, but my wellness journey, my health journey. I discovered so much things about life and health and what we're supposed to be doing, becoming pro-life. We live in a deaf culture. Hip-hop is a deaf culture right now. Everything is deaf. Everything is promoting deaf. Everybody's talking about deaf. Everybody's language is deaf. So once you learn to pour life into your life, pour life into your creation, pour life into your passions, everything will change. So, man, bro, 4-5 hours of sleep, bro. And, bro, at midnight, late night, bro, up working. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm up working, bro. I could be up working in the Rising. I'm working out. I'm going for a walk, doing the job, whatever it is I'm doing. I'm getting myself prepared and feeding myself life. Like I'm feeding myself. I'm eating fruits. I'm eating vegetables. I'm drinking water. I'm drinking alkaline water. It's a lot of different things. It's like an accumulation of things I'm doing. That's pretty much was a regimen. That pretty much was a routine that's now programmed into my subconscious. It's like I can be feeling lazy, sluggish, whatever. I promise you, by the time 12 o'clock hit, I done did everything that I was supposed to do. You see what I'm saying? To start my day. So you have to have a not only a specific type of drive or passion, but you have to have devotion and dedication. And to bring it back to the whole rapping tip, in 2022, bro, I don't know if you remember, but remember when Stacey Abrams was running for governor, bro?
Yeah.
And she was doing the same thing that Kamala Harris was doing. And one of the things that they did was they came to Savannah. Well, they had a project. They had an event in Savannah, and they pretty much had got specific people that's known throughout Savannah
please
to come
break that
and gather
down, bro.
specific artists in Savannah who they feel who have an influence, who can bring people out and so on and so forth, just to seemingly have a show just to get everybody to agree to go vote for Stacey Abrams. Mind you, Stacey Abrams didn't even come to Savannah. She didn't even come to the event. You see what I'm saying? She had everybody thinking she was going to be in Savannah coming to the event. Got all these different dope artists. One of these artists that performed was my girlfriend. Another artist that performed, he's another member of Soul Tribe, which is Tim with a Y. Tim performed as well. So, it was a lot of dope artists that performed, and it was really it was set up dope. It was expecting to be, something big, but it was an illusion, bro. It was a whole illusion, bro. It was deception. It was deceiving. So to bring it back to the whole thing with Kamala Harris and doing that with Megan Thee Stallion, I seen Quavo said something about, Quavo. She had Quavo on the mic and like that, and like like it's a distraction, bruh. Because one, even on the politics scale, and I want to read something to you, bro, because I feel this is important as well, so everybody can hear this. It's this guy named Red Pill, and his name on Instagram is Phil_Moreland, but he's a part of the conscious community, spiritual community. He like one of the ones for real, but he stay in Atlanta. So right now in Atlanta, it's a big spiritual link up happening called the Gathering of the Gods, and pretty much all the spiritual people all across the United States, all over, the spiritual community, whatever, everybody in Atlanta right now. So he posted this the other day. He was like, melanated, mature man, this is not your fight. Don't become the bullhorn for identity politics. Don't get in the middle of this political theater. You have nothing to gain, regardless of who wins. Support the women and protect their safety. Nothing you say going to make them not vote for Kamala. They are headed to the White House as a collective, not your fight. And he's also going to state, we have been divided the last 4 years on everything from vaccines to you name it. The latest divisive tactic is the political circus we are now witnessing. Regardless of how you look at it, you are a non-factor this election cycle, melanated man. I have yet to hear any candidate pitch anything towards you or even mention your name for that matter. Focus on you, Kane. They paint you as the resistance and the fool. Your unwavering support for Donald Trump has little to no merit and is attached to a beggar's mentality and a welfare state disposition, not from a promise or a plan. If that's who you're voting for, just do it. But don't use this election as a means to antagonize and belittle your own people who are programmed to identify as Democrats. Politics is personal. Don't allow it to further divide us. You see what I'm saying? You got to destroy that, like straight at the head. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like it gotta be dismantled. And to bring it back though, some people look at that as an opportunity. Like during that time when they had that for Stacey Abrams, me and my girlfriend, we was hesitant about it because we not being involved in politics because we know the game, we know what's really going on. But at the same time, we artists, we looking at it as like, dang, this is good for you. This is not only exposure, this gives you an opportunity to perform, to get on the stage. This gives you an opportunity to be seen, to be seen out in the public, to be a public figure. So, it can be a tough choice and a tough decision depending on space and the state you in your life. But man, don't compromise your integrity, man. Like, don't compromise your integrity. Don't compromise your morale. Don't compromise what you work for internally to just give it all up to somebody saying they could put you in position and they saying they could do this and do that for you. When really they just come in and suck up all of your energy and it takes what they can take from you and then just throw you to the side because they feel like it's 199 more people that's just like you. You know what I'm saying? So, that's my take on the whole politics thing and just being an artist and, how can we utilize, how can we get a piece of the pie? How can we get a piece of the cake? You know what I'm saying? Without getting fat.
That's definite. Saleem the Dream. You can follow him on all social media platforms at Saleem the Dream. That is SALEEMTHA Dream, DREAM. Saleem, my brother, we appreciate you for all the time that you're giving and also the knowledge that you're dropping. I know some people are going to have to replay this so they can be able to really pick and pack down everything. But for those who want to be able to support you, check out everything you got going on. What is the best way they can do that?
Like you said, Saleemthadream and Saleemthadream on Instagram and YouTube. Just keeping it simple, keeping it YouTube, Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like my whole focus is being on land, being on earth, man. Bringing it back to how it was before social media. Having that magnetism as a human being and be able to grab people on earth. You dig what I'm saying? And then letting it transfer over to social media. You get what I'm saying? The internet stuff is cool and I appreciate it and it helps. But, what I noticed with a lot of artists is a lot of people, they can do gimmicks and pretend all day on the internet. But once you get there in person and see them on person, they're not an artist. They don't know how to perform. They don't know how to rap their lyrics. They don't remember their lyrics. They don't carry themselves as an artist. They don't carry themselves as a celebrity, a celebrated blood cell. It's all for social media. So, But that's how you can find me though. Saleemthadream, like I said, on YouTube, on SoundCloud, it's Saleem. I'm one of those artists, man. I have a message. So, it's going to be a lot of different, shadow banning and different names and stuff popping up. But you'll find me, man. I'm not hard to miss, man. I'm a brown-skinned dude, melanated man with wigs, man. Like Saleemthadream, like I'm really one of a kind for real. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is just, you know what I'm saying? They just here. So
big facts. Brother, like I said again, we appreciate you. Saleemthadream. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out and tap in. And also share this. This is important to share this information. If you even feel like you may have something that you can share with some people that you love in your life, share it, because it definitely helps the platform and it helps the people. Saleem, appreciate you again, brother. Looking forward to have you back on, man. We'll talk soon, bro.
You know it, bro. Y'all have a great day, man.
Love, try. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard that loud and clear. That was Saleemthadream. And like I stated before, I told y'all, if we are putting some information to you all, we definitely got to make sure we give y'all the raw, right? The raw and the straightforward edit. So once again, appreciate you all, and we'll be right back on the other side. You know who this is. This is your main host, Too Benji. You're tuned in with Behind the Mic.